was, and this sounds weird, but we wanted every play style to be OP.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Cahmron. Today we talk a little bit about some of the NBA 2K26 news I've seen on YouTube and on X. Right off the bat, was going to talk a little bit about the Joe Knows, Mike Wang sit-down interview. Wanted to throw in that very first statement because it just really stands out. Every playstyle should feel OP if you master it. So again, if you make a pure glass cleaner, you're grabbing every board. If you make a post score, you're actually being able to bully smaller defenders or people who did not invest in interior defense. If you want to stop post scoring and you have crazy post defense and you have a crazy wingspan, you will be able to shut down paint mashing. You have a 99-3, you should be able to knock down all your shots. Just in general, I think that's really refreshing to hear and something I'm definitely very excited about. Kind of continuing a little bit with the interview, though.
It sucks when there's one dominant play style or two dominant play styles. We wanted it to be that if you created a slasher and even a layup slasher, like really specific thing, you want to be a guy who just finishes like Kyrie, that you can do that and you can be effective and you can like kill people with that. Yeah. But if you were like, some glass cleaning interior defensive guy, and if you invest everything in that and you get good at that, you can just, stop everything in the paint.
If everything's OP, then it's kind of just like pick what you want to be.
Yeah, pick what you want to be.
Yeah. When he says you want to be someone that plays like Kyrie, you want to be an effective finisher, that really just opens up that window with these custom layup packages and kind of how you're trying to play. At the end of the day, it's your player, and it's just really refreshing to sort of hear some of this, in my opinion. And kind of moving over to Joey 2K's gameplay, showing off some post go-to shots. This is something I'm very excited about. I know in concept they may be a little clunky. May not be the most efficient way to score, but what it allows you to do is kind of chain those, cancel those, and just be more crafty overall when you are trying to score on the post. If you guys have been subbed on the channel for a while, I really like to try to make builds that have some post scoring ability. In my mind, it just makes you just way more variable and makes you have way more ways to score. So this gameplay really was exciting for me to watch. You look at Melo, really smooth post go-to shots, nice fades. Everything looks very, very fluid when you're trying to score in the post. And this is really what the video is focused on, is just how fluid NBA 2K26 looks. Dribbling looks really smooth as well. I think as a dribbler, it's going to be great for slashers trying to be very intentional on getting at the rim. I think it's going to be great for smaller guards trying to get open for three, and I think it's going to be great for people that like to ISO, break down their defender, and go for that three, go for that poster. Going over to Dirk as well, his jump shot looks really nice in my opinion. Looks very easy to time, which usually with Dirk, his releases are pretty nice. His go-to shots, post fades, all that are pretty much the same. But, there is more emphasis of more players having more post go-to shots as well, which I think is really nice. Again, it's been a minute since you've had, a plethora of post scoring animations, and this being added, I think, is huge for me. Already thinking about like 6'8" shooting guards that can post score. But yeah, animations the exact same as you can see here. Very easy to time. That animation, looks really weird, but it's so nice to time. Right there, you've got the cancel out shot fake ability with those go-to shots, which, again, right, you're not going to go-to shot everything, but I think to kind of mix it up, it could be kind of fun. And right there, it's very interesting. You see that late timing green rhythm shot as well, which is very crazy to me. I'm looking at the Hakeem here, getting crazy techie. Look at the really nice green window as well on those shots. Nice shimmies, up and unders, fakes. And green window is just so nice to see again. It was rough in 2K25 having to basically hook shot with no meter because the meter was just such a detriment to trying to play. So by having the meter be viable again, I think it's going to open up a ton of different ways to score. And obviously people are going to have layup and shot timing on for these, which just increases the skill gap and adds that reward for really when you take the time to kind of master all of that. Looking at SGA as well, I just wanted to show you guys floaters look way better. Green window obviously is fully visible, which was a huge issue last year with skill layups. Nice little scoop there, 2K24 vibes. But that's something I'm really excited about. You check out the Yao Ming Kareem post hook, it looks like. just looks crazy. And I think arcadey stuff like this is just, it's fun. Kind of reminds me of the like 3-point line post hooks you used to see on TikTok a few years ago. I don't remember what 2K that was. But it's kind of the glitchiness of go-to shots. But it has me definitely excited for post scoring. Dribbling looks very explosive again, just some of those KD replays here. I'm just genuinely so excited for this. More Melo post work. And now we're going to kind of look at some Joe Knows clips. And he's kind of takes on interior defense, standing dunks, etc. So interior defense, animation-wise, looks to have a whole overhaul. You know, the momentum there to stop drives instead of just get pushed out of the way is great. Really nice blocking animations. And I think there's going to be some push and pull with this. Standing meter there again, huge green window wide open. On Embiid, huge green window. Dunks look super aggressive. Frame rate looks great. I mean, again, that's on Kelly Oubre Jr., right? And this is something I've wanted for a long time. Again, this is on Devin Vassell. If you have someone way smaller than you and you've got a high standing dunk, or even if you have a high standing dunk and you're the same height, you know, you should be rewarded for that if they have low interior defense. So I'm really glad to sort of see this logic. Wemby and Embiid here off the drop step, pushed him out of the way. I just think more animations of the post is just going to make this way more enjoyable. And again, this is from someone that's going to try to make some sort of post scoring hybrid day one next Friday. But looks really good. The green window is variable, obviously, so if they do get a good contest, it's more difficult. And there, Kelly Oubre did get a decent contest. Right there, nice drop step. It's all in the timing with them as well, you know. So on that Wemby drop step, they move fully out of the way. Then you're able to trigger that, which I think, you know, more timing, more variability, and ultimately, you know, trying to get your defender to jump before you go for those is going to be big time for you. Nice blocks there. And I'm also going to go over some just random gameplay that I downloaded from X. First clip is from D-Man, and the second clip is from Spillboy. So looking at these clips, it just looks really smooth. The post-game, post-go-to shots, there's a lot of nice potential for those in my opinion. As you see, they can kind of pull you out from three. You can just do some really unique runners. And again, playstyle variability, that's what I preach on this channel. Game looks crazy fluid, and just a really short preview there, but those clips really got me very excited. Something else kind of in the notion of post-game, obviously, is finishing in general. These are Anthony Edwards clips. Spillboy posted these. Number one, stick dunks just look really nice. It's all in timing. So, you know, again, if they guard you right, it will be. Green window's going to shrink. But I think overall, these animations just look very, very fluid, explosive. And I talk about this build all the time, you know, but I'm immediately thinking of that junkyard guard sort of play style, high rebounding, high dunk. Good interior finishing ability, and I think it's going to be really, really nice this year. So kind of a short video, just wanted to kind of break down a few of the clips I've seen in NBA 2K26. Again, going to be having a ton of build videos coming out next Friday, and just can't wait for the game to drop. So if you guys are ready as well, definitely let me know down below. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I got. Peace.